see what you think of the adjustments that I made. Yeah, okay. Let me KC3JVE W2SDR. How do you like the way it sounds, God? Yeah, I took all of the boost out in the regular EQ, all completely out. So that's completely out. I just didn't, in the gate, I just didn't like every time I said an S. I mean, and then I could look at the pan adapter. It was just jumping way up, you know. No, I just took out the high frequency boost that I put in there. The only thing that's in there, there's a little bit of cut at 160. But everything else, there's no other boost, no other high boosts, you know. So basically all the high frequency EQ is being done by the CFC. It's a little bit muddy sounding now, so you must have had some cut in there too. What do you mean? Well, it just sounds a little bit more mellow now. Now, see, I just took the transmit EQ out altogether. You might have a little bit more bass this way. Okay, now I put it back in. It's back in now, and now I took it back out, the W2SDR.
I don't hear a difference in the two. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, there might have been a little bit of a difference, but yeah. So I'm doing mostly all my EQ now in the CFC. So, and I'm seeing in the pan adapter. I mean, when I hit S's, it's still, you know, it still goes up. You know, it still goes up pretty high. I mean, I have a lot of sibilance, I guess, in my voice anyway, and so does the RE27. The RE27's got a lot of presence in there, you know, just naturally.
Right. I kind of put mine back to where it's kind of in a middle ground of where it was at. But anyway, yeah, it sounds good. You still have plenty of high frequencies in there. Like you said, you can still see it on the pan adapter. It's just a little more mellow, you know, from where you were, you know, at the old transmit profile to this one, to where you first started out to this. I like it a lot better.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I just got finished eating dinner, just watch a little TV, I guess. I've been going to bed really early now. You know, to get away from the weirdness at night, you know. I've been going to bed like 7:30. Just turning in, man, and getting up. I've been sleeping like 9-10 hours every night, so I could really use that. It's great, you know, because I don't feel like I really got a nod off or anything during the day, you know.
Right. See, I've been going to bed pretty early too. Well, I've kind of been in this weird take a nap things, and then like going to bed at like 9:30 because I took a nap, you know. But it felt good to get out of the house today, actually, and go do something. You know, I feel like I'm wasting away, you know, so just got to keep moving. I'm not like in my head or anything like that, you know, not anything bad. It's just Just feel like I gotta get something accomplished, you know. So that's why I think I moved all this audio gear around. I kind of been rearranging stuff, and you know, once I get done doing what I have to do for the day, gets kind of boring. But I know what you mean about how it could be weird at night. It still gets that way sometimes here, especially with them just leaving, you know. So I definitely feel you on that. But you know, sleep's good for you. I read an article the other day about they say anything over 8 hours of sleep is like a high percentage of it's not good for you. It's like high percentage for chronic heart failure, chronic congestive heart failure, and other issues. I just read it the other day. It was in it wasn't in like some small media outlet either. It was a bigger media outlet.
Well, you should get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night, continuous. Everybody should. If you're always tired and short of sleep, you end up getting heavy, fat, overweight. You know, if you have 4 or 5 hours and always tired, it makes you want to eat more and everything else and all that stuff. But between 7 and 9, continuous. And see, if I take a nap, you know, like a long nap, you know, I'll be up late and then, you know, tired and then I got to take a nap, and I can't get into that. A lot of people that are retired or don't work, they get into their hours are all over the place.
Who's setting a throw an eye out in the middle of the outside speed portion of 10 meters, man? Come on.
I've been getting
John.
every night before that.
Give us the point.
You know, between 7 and 9, so. Yeah, it looks like the band's open pretty good there. I see a lot of signals on the pan adapter here. W2SDR with KC3JVE.
Let's start this little open source band with the rest of it.
Why don't you just move off? You got plenty of room here in this band, so.
Well, you're 10 KTs forward, so I mean, there's a lot of gays, the band's going on, and you're on AM.
KC3JVE.
100 if you want the AM, pal.
Hey, bud, listen. There's not that many signals on the band. It's a big band. And we've been here well before you just got here. We've been here for a good 15, 20 minutes now. There's plenty of room on either side, whether we're 10 KCs wide or not. There's plenty of room on the band for everybody. We were here first. Just go ahead and move along. Have a nice evening. Have a great holiday. And take care.
Yeah, that's like, well, I got all kinds of AM here. I don't want to go here.
He doesn't even know the rules. There's nothing in Part 97 that says where AM should be or single sideband should be. You know, so better check Part 97. First of all, you're QRMing our conversation. So you're breaking the rules of QRM. So why don't you give me your call letters? I'll receive you on upper sideband. Give me your call letters, and I'll report you for QRM in this. How's that sound? So let's have your call. This is W2SDR. Yeah, I didn't think so. So don't you worry. And if you give me a call, I'll be glad to report you for QRM. You can join us if you want. Just push the AM button on your radio. KC3JVE, W2SDR. So still pouring rain out there. Perry is 59 degrees I had this morning. It's still 57 here, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, it's still nice and rainy out. Hold on a second here. What's, hold on. Hello. Hey, yeah. Okay. I don't know, something. Maybe it's just this portion of the band. I might. Anyway. Yeah, it's still raining. Still, it's 56 degrees, 56.1 degrees here. Outside. Nice and warm in the shack, though. 78.3 where I sit. I'm sitting here in shorts and a T-shirt, man, just hanging out. But that's like, it picks up. That's like back behind my monitor. You know where the thing sits. So I guess it's low. And it sits on top of my power supply. So it doesn't feel like it's 80 degrees in here. That's for sure. So sounding good, man. Yeah, I got the whole thing recorded. So I guess he won't give us his call. That's a shame. He can, like you said, he can join us. Just hit AM. Amplitude modulation. W2SDR KC3JVE.
All right, let's go over to upper sideband. We got the radio check here on AM, so I'll see you over on upper W2SDR. Yeah, W2SDR. Turn this on here. Okay, so what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Oh, I gotta turn that down a little bit. Just, I ordered Mexican food tonight. I was lazy, and so I ordered Uber Eats and got Mexican food delivered.
Mexican food?
Yes, a whole bunch of Mexican food.
Okay, I just switched the profile there. But where'd you get that from?
I forget the name of the place. There's a place in, I think it was in Woodland, over in that area. Hold on a second here. Let me find out. Meximac Mexican food.
Heard of that place. I guess that's fairly new. Well, it's been, all those years since I've been over there, but that's cool. What did you get?
I got 3 enchiladas, a side order of tortilla chips with the white queso cheese, and then I got it came with refried beans and rice there. So I didn't eat all of it. I couldn't eat all of it. I ate all the rice. I ate half of the beans and probably 3/4 of the enchiladas. I didn't eat any of the tortilla chips.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. That sounds like a pretty neat place. Have you ever been in there, or were you just have you ever actually seen the place?
Nah, never seen it. I went on there. I was gonna get a cheesesteak, and I saw it popped up because when you first open the app, they have a list of restaurants for $2 off if you order within 5 minutes at these particular restaurants, and that was one of them. That was the first one right there. And I said, Mexican food sounds pretty good. I haven't had that in a while, so I just I ordered up. It was like $19, man. It's it was like $5 delivery fee. But I don't know. I really didn't need to spend the money, to be honest with you. I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass for it now, but oh well. I haven't had. That's honestly the first time I've eaten out in a long time. So, well, since they were here, but me personally, I haven't. I've been doing really good with eating out, ordering out at night, going to Wawa at lunchtime and in the mornings.
Well, I had that leftover bolognese sauce that I make, and I still have a lot more of it. I get like 5-6 meals out of that. So I had that, thawed some of that out, had that for dinner, and had a hamburger for lunch that I made. That I buy them at the ShopRite already made, and I had that. And that's all I had.
Bolognese. Every time you say that, man, it cracks me up. I think of like bologna.
Bolognese. I'll tell you, that is so popular down under and in Europe because it's got everything in it. It's got plenty of protein in the meat and carrots and celery that are all diced and onions that are diced up so you don't even see them in there. And the spices and all. And you put it over pasta or you could put it over zucchini or anything, and it's like a meal all in one. Like I make it in that pressure cooker. Guess all the ingredients. The most expensive stuff is the 2.5 pounds of ground meat, which is $11 because I get the 93% lean, and but for $11, man, I eat dinner for like 4 days.
Yeah, you can't beat that with a stick, man. Good Lord. Yeah, it's I'm gonna start making meals like that now, the crock pot and stuff. I want to go to that What a Crock thing there in Brookhaven one of these nights. I was just listening to the scanner, man. There's a fucking shooting on the other side of town. Dude got shot in the chest. Yeah, well, it's the nice thing about that, I mean, it's more expensive than if you make the stuff yourself, but at least you don't have to have all the ingredients around the house all the time and all the prep time it takes to make those meals like stew and all that. There, it all comes in a bag.
You know, when you thaw it out, you just dump it in the crock pot and turn the crock pot on. So you could actually do that, start that in the morning, slow cook it for 5 or 6 hours. It's ready for dinner. But I make big use out of the freezer, man. Because I make it in a large quantity and then put it in containers and freeze it, and I can thaw it out for dinners, you know, rather than just make enough to eat for one meal. I make enough to eat for a bunch of meals and thaw it out from as I need it.
Right. That's a good idea, man. Oh, there we go. Sorry, hit the wheel thing there. What the hell is going on here? Do you see the pan adapter?
QSK.
Is there a breaker? Go ahead.
Yeah, K2FOX. Name here is Jay. Franklinville or Malaga. Just wondering where you guys were.
Hey, Jay. It's Frank over here in Upper Pittsgrove, Pole Tavern, the W2SDR.
Ah, your call sounds familiar. I think I've talked to you before.
I think so. I don't think on 10 meters. Maybe you have DMR?
No, thinking about getting it, but not yet.
Oh, okay.
Hello, 1-2.
Son and I's over there in Chester, Pennsylvania. We're usually on getting a ratchet Joe on 28-400, but there was some, I guess the band's open a little bit. There was other QSOs going on there, so we moved down here, Jay. You're very, very strong here.
Hey, good evening time to you, Jay. Name's Perry, KC3JVE, right over here in Chester. I guess about 2 miles from the Commodore Barry Bridge there, ever.
You sound great over here, Terry. I'm right where Route 55 and Route 40 cross. I can see that interchange through the woods across the street from my house. So I know pretty much exactly where you're at, and I know SDR didn't catch his name, sorry. You're at the Pole Tavern Circle, so yeah, I know where you're not too far from me.
Yeah, his name's, that's Frank. Yeah, that's my father. And my name's Perry, Papa Echo, Romeo, Romeo, Yankee. I know, I'm very familiar with that area. I grew up right in that area, right off the Pole Tavern Circle, where my father's at presently. And graduated high school, I guess, about 13 years ago now, 14 years ago now. But yeah, I did a lot of running around that area, that's for sure. But yeah, you're sounding good over here in Pennsylvania this evening. Decent signal. I guess you're giving me about 8 over. Okay, Jay, I'm gonna pass it over to my father and sit back and copy the mail for a little bit. W2SDR KC3JVE.
Okay, Jay, it's nice to meet you, man, and nice to meet you here on the band. It's good to hear a lot of activity here on 10 meters at W2SDR.
Roger. What was your name again?
Oh, it's Frank. I'm sorry, Frank. Foxtrot, Romeo, Alpha, November, Kilo.
Roger, Frank. Yeah, and Perry. I wrote down Perry. I don't know why I wrote down that, but I got to get my hearing checked. What's the tail end of your son's call sign?
Juliet, AVE, Juliet Victor Echo.
Roger, JVE, gotcha. All right, yeah, didn't mean to interrupt you, QSO, just curious where you were. I don't see too strong signals here on 10 meters. There's a gang that I talk to in the afternoon about 1 o'clock every day. There's a retiree net. Don't have to be retired or anything like that, but they just look for people to join their net. It runs every day from 1 to 2 o'clock, 7 days a week. So I was just tuning around here on 10. I heard 11 meters was open, so I came up here and just to see if the band was open. And I haven't heard any DX, but I'm hearing a lot of locals tonight for some reason.
Yeah, I know Jim and them guys on that retired net. I check in there off and on over the last few years, and nice low-key group of guys there in the afternoons, Jay. Over.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing that some of them are old-timers. They've been around for a lot of years, different professions, and you know, you're never too old to learn anything, and I think every day I tune into that net, I learn something. There's always some comment or a subject that comes up that's interesting, and you learn something new, so I'm all for that.
Well, maybe I'll hear you on there. I haven't checked in a while there, but maybe I'll hear you on there. I'll have to remember, I don't usually get on too much during the day. I'm retired here, too, but don't excuse me, I don't seem to get on too much during the day. So, all right, Happy New Year to you, Jay. Good checking you out there. Good. Thanks for breaking in. K2FOX W2SDR.
Roger, Frank, thank you. And you have a Merry Christmas. Well, you probably already had one. And have a Happy New Year coming up. And I'll look for you guys again. Happy New Year to you also. KC3JVE and W2SDR. I like that call sign. K2FOX W3.
Take care, Jay. K2FOX KC3JVE.
Yeah, it's always good to have that. I forgot to tell you about. Well, you can be able to check in with that now too. It's 1 o'clock on every day, 7 days a week on 28435.
Yeah, I remember you actually told me about that before.
Oh.
I remember us talking about that before, and I remember I was like, yeah, I can't check into that, but yeah, I obviously can now.
You're talking the same time I'm talking.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Jim, 2835 every day at 1 o'clock. And I get maybe, 5, 6, 7 check-ins there over to Phil checks in there once in a while, RGY, and it's a bunch of old guys like me and older even than me. So it's fun. You give you a chance to see how you can hear, and everybody's vertical, so your Imax will work real good. The guys up in Bucks County, some guys in Jersey. I mean, they're all far away, a lot of them. So give your station a good workout there. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that'd be cool. You have to remind me, because I'm sure I'll forget. But yeah, I guess I got pretty much nothing but time in my hands at this point. But when's this rain supposed to subside, man? Because I don't know if I'm gonna. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna get my tools first thing in the morning again, or what? Because it's supposed to rain on Monday.
I'm just checking the weather now. I think it's supposed to rain somewhat tomorrow too. Right, tonight fog, tomorrow partly cloudy. No percent, going up to 50 and no % chance of rain. So it looks like tomorrow's the day. Can you go get them?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Sorry, I turned my Vox off because I had the cough. But I'm going back to Saturday right now. Somehow I got. Okay, yeah, chance for precipitation 2%.
Yeah, so if you can get Bill at his name, go up there tomorrow.
Yeah, good old William.
He's a good guy. I know he can be kind of a pain there, but he seems like a harmless guy, good-hearted guy.
No, he's definitely a real nice guy. Like you said, he's a little bit of a pain. He comes with baggage, man. The thing is, he'll end up calling me like constantly, and just to talk all the time, or do this, or do that, and I feel bad for the guy because he doesn't really have, I guess, too many people to talk to, I guess, but he is a really nice guy. It's just he doesn't really know, know too many people. Apparently he knows a lot of the people around, the neighborhood from working all other places, and everybody knows him, but I guess personally, like, close friends, I guess.
That fella there, Jay's up on 405.
Yeah, he was just over my noise level. I guess he was giving me about a S8 there.
He was loud here because Franklinville was close, but judging by the look of his signal, he looks like he was using a 10-meter rig. One of them CB radios. The pattern looked like Mount Everest,
It looks like 27,385, man. I tell you what, boy, shoo.
You hear a lot of them in the tech part of the band here. They're not quite as, the IMD is not as good as a regular transceiver.
Yeah, I was down there tearing it up on lower sideband earlier, man. Them guys are talking all over the country, everywhere from Illinois all the way down to Florida, and I came up here, and there's a lot of guys from down south. I mean, there was like three or four QSOs going on probably.
Yeah, band was open. When the sunspot cycle is high, man, this band is just like tons of people, up here, and I can see that guy signal up there, down there, or up on the band. Like a mountain there on the pan adapter. Just anyway, I got that Omega Force. I mean, that thing works up here. I haven't used it in a long time, and it does okay. I mean, it puts out, 75 or 80 watts, I guess, on 2 meters. W2SDR.
KC3JVE for ID. What was I going to say? Yeah, there's 10-meter rigs. I guess I've never really seen. Yeah, I'm looking at him right now, and his it looks decent from where I'm at from right now. But like I said, he's extremely weak, but I know exactly what you're talking about. But that Omega Force radio, those are pretty decent radios. They look good anyway.
You located.
Yeah, they're okay, except that the IMD, they're not the FCC type accepted for up here, and that's the IMD is not that good. In other words, if you switched sidebands, you're copying one of them. They're very loud on the opposite sideband too. It's just, just the way they are. Is there a breaker? Go ahead, W2SDR.
W2SDR K4TK. I was just curious where you're located, because you're coming in quite strong. I guess 10 must be open. I'm down in Alabama, by the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't get your call, K4T something. It's W2SDR. My name is Frank. And I'm up here in southern New Jersey, about 40 miles west of Atlantic City. Go ahead.
Okay, Frank, and my call is Kilowatt 4, Tango Kilowatt. The name is Tim, located about 30 miles north of Montgomery, Alabama, out in the sticks. I'm on a horse ranch. Okay, I've worked quite a few guys. There's several guys with that SDR in their suffix, but I looked up in my logbook, and surprisingly, you were not one of them. But I've worked a couple others, like N8SDR, and there's a couple I'd have to go look them up in the log. But and not surprisingly, all of them have software-defined radios. So I think that's pretty cool to have a suffix like that. I'm assuming you do too from your discussion. Anyway, I don't want to interrupt. I just was curious where you guys are. So apparently the band is open. I see a couple of signals here and there on my pan adapter, and you guys sounded local, so I just wanted to confirm you weren't, and you're not local. So the band is indeed open. W2SDR, and I can hear the other station too. This is K4TK.
Okay, Tim, beautiful signal up here. You're 10 over 9, just blasting in here. Yeah, the band is open. We've been on here, a few people break in. It's kind of cool that conditions are good for 10 every once in a while. But my son's about 25 or 30 miles west of me. And Perry, pick it up, KC3JVE. That's and with K4TK W2SDR. Over.
Yeah, W2SDR KC3JVE with K4TK. Good evening time, Tim. The name is Perry. You're about 10 miles south of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in Chester, Pennsylvania, Delaware County. Yeah, you're blasting in here as well. You're almost 20 over 9. 20 over 9 here. You're actually giving me a stronger signal than my father is, and he's about 30, 35 miles away from me. So you're definitely coming in good here. The band's definitely cooperating. Mother Nature is definitely cooperating this evening. If only it would stop raining. It's been pouring rain here for the past going on almost 24 hours now. So yeah, Tim, sounding great. Hopefully the weather's a little better down there in Alabama, and I'm a little jealous you're out there in the sticks. My father's out in the sticks as well, but I'm unfortunately in a pretty urban area, but you take what you can get. But I'll pass over to you, Tim. K4TK in the group, KC3JVE.
Okay, I have to change your call. I had it wrong. I had KC3JVA. It's E Echo. Okay, Barry. Well, you're also S9 Plus. Both of you are like 10 over or better. And it's the same weather here, by the way, just probably warmer, I'm guessing. It's in the 60s, but it's been raining pretty much nonstop, although it did just quit a couple hours ago, but it had been raining for over 24 hours. We've gotten probably about 3 inches, and we're supposed to get another 2 to 3 inches in the next 48 to 72 hours, so it's supposed to rain on and off all the way through New Year's Day. But it will be warm, like even in the nights it's in the 50s now, which that's a little bit warmer than normal for here. And then today it got up into the mid or high 60s, which is just a little above normal, but lots and lots of rain. So I'm running a 4-element Yagi up at 50 feet, pointed your direction. I'm running, about 1,300 watts, give or take. Okay, so I take it from what I think I heard you guys say, your father and son, so that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool to work on ham radio. I used to work my grandfather when he was alive quite regularly. He got me hooked in ham radio, and I did work him on a schedule. But father and son would be neat. I did work my wife, by the way. She's a ham. When I was in Korea and my call was Hotel Lima 9 Tango Kilo, I would work my wife 20 meters in the mornings and 15 meters in the evenings, almost every day. The second tour I was over there for a year. So I guess, working relatives I think is pretty cool. Anyway, like I say, both of you are S9 Plus. So I don't want to interrupt your conversation. I just wanted to see if the band was indeed open. I kind of thought it was since I saw multiple signals on the pan adapter. Not a lot of activity, but just, a couple here and there. And just wanted to confirm because you guys sounded so strong. So that's good to know. I might work some 10 tonight then while it's open. 17 just closed, by the way. I was on 17 and it just closed down as I worked a couple of West Coast stations. W2SDR. So do you know N8SDR by chance? Probably not, but I'd have to look up his name. I think it's Rick. Again, he's a big SDR guy. I can't remember if he has an Anon, either a Flex or a Non. Most of the guys I talk, seems like lately most of them seem to have the Anon SDR radio, but some of them still have the Flex. I'm stuck with the old, I say old, I've had this radio since March. It's the Yaesu FTDX 3000. W2SDR K4TK.
Imax antennas, because a lot of us talk local with the verticals here, so I just switched over to the Yagi, and you're about 10 over. Do you copy me any better with the beam over?
You're still just 10 over. You're still strong.
Yeah, okay. How about that? So you sound great. Think about a kilowatt here. I have an Anon 7000 DLE with a RF kit LD Moss amplifier. Solid state amp. And Mosley Classic 33 at 72 feet that I have going to you now, and I was using the Imax 2000 vertical antenna that's on top of that, so I guess that's about 80 feet up on the tower, so I don't know if Perry is copying me over here with the horizontal antenna now, so I just switched back to the vertical. There you go. Over to you, Perry. KC3JVE in the group, W2SDR.
Yeah, KC3, W2SDR KC3JVE with K4TK. Yeah, well, I could still copy. I could barely copy you when you switch over to the Yagi there. But I'm only running about just under 200 watts, Tim. I'm running a Non as well. I'm running the 200D, the 200 Delta, and then a Meritron AL80B. Into an Imax of about 30 feet, I guess. Sitting on top of a 4-element 10-meter Yagi, but my rotor is kind of needs a little adjustment. The gears need a little adjustment, and it points every direction but southwest. So unfortunately, I can't switch over to the horizontal at the moment. But you say you're copying me fine on the vertical anyway, so no need to. But okay, Tim, I'm gonna say 73. I'm gonna sit back and see what's going on around the band, and maybe I'll work some stations up and down the dial, they say, this evening as well, Tim. So K4TK It's been a pleasure. Take care. God bless. Hope you have a great New Year, and I hope you had a great Christmas as well. So, K4TK, Tim in Alabama, KC3 Juliet Victor Echo, Chester, Pennsylvania. Take care, Tim.
Okay, and was breaking in there, so I think somebody wants to jump in there. Well, I'm going to get out of here because I really didn't want to interrupt your conversation. I just wanted to see if the band was open. I think I've more than done that, so good to hear both of you. You're not as quite as strong as W2SDR, but still strong enough. And with W2SDR, I can definitely tell he's on a SDR radio because his signal's nice and the audio is spread evenly, completely across the band. He's not running as wide a bandwidth as I see a lot of guys run with the SDR radios. A lot of them run 3.5 or even more, a little bit wider. But he's not that wide, but then he knows how wide he is. So anyway, good audio all the way across the spectrum, though. So let me say 73 to both of you. I'm actually I might get to work a little more radio, but I got to get ready to go out on the town, so to speak. The wife and I go out every Friday night, Mexican and margarita, and then go to the VFW. I'm a lifetime member. I'm a retired military officer, so that's our big Friday night thing is to go to the Veterans of Foreign War local bar, and there's a live band every Friday week, two-step and slow dance, and it's a country band, so that's it. We're old farts, 60s, so we go out to the VFW for our hot nightlife. 73 from Alabama to both of you. W2SDR to pick it up. Signed K4TK.
Hi, Tim. 73. We'll talk to you later, and it's working. Thanks for breaking in. Have a great time tonight, and be careful, and a Happy New Year. Over to you, Perry. W2SDR.
Yeah, W2SDR KC3JVE. Take care, Tim. K4TK. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in the other room for a little while and go watch some television and see what's going on in there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll catch you later. I'm going to sign off here, too, and upstairs and turn on the TV. Well, it's still on. Watch it a little bit, so I'll text you. I'll hit you up there. It's been fun tonight, man. It's always fun when the band opens and you get to work some stations. And Tim just had an armchair copy signal here, so I'll text you when I get upstairs. KC3JVE, W2SDR, off and clear, 7-3.
All right, Pop. 7-3, take care. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. W2SDR KC3JV clear. I'll see you.
I'm KE4NL2.
Hey.
Killer Echo 4 November.